Hey everybody, this is Donna and I have Chris the intern with me today. And I don't know if you guys saw our video that we did about protein drinks and protein shakes, and we mentioned a couple times that they're adding a whole bunch of different chemicals to all these processed foods. And we got to talking about it. We realized there was some really crazy chemicals on some of the drinks that we were talking about that we didn't really know why they were being added. So I asked Chris to kind of investigate a little bit, and so we have a little bit of chemistry class. And I know you guys, you know that I geek out on this stuff, so I think this is hilarious. But we're going to go through some of the common chemicals that they add to lots and lots of foods that we're eating every day that I've kind of just breezed by, didn't know what it was. But anyway, we want to get to the good stuff real quick. So we're having chemistry class today, and these are literally chemicals that we found in the protein drinks that we were looking at the other day. So we want to go through those. So we want to start off with this one, and I'm going to let Chris take it because he's got a great way to explain it.
Yeah, so this one is TRIPOTASSIUM phosphate. And it's basically just a foaming agent, a whipping agent, and emulsifier. And it's a very basic chemical. And so they have to add more things to it. But it's also a preservative, and they use it in order to kind of maintain the fatty acids that are inside the drink.
Oh my goodness. So a foaming agent, like what would be the purpose of that?
Well, if you think about it, like muscle milk isn't actual milk, it's just milk products.
Okay.
So they're probably trying to make it seem like real milk, and so they add this in order to kind of foam it up a little bit.
Okay.
So it kind of has the texture and the foaminess of actual milk.
Okay. And then when you say basic, you're talking about like the pH balance, right?
Okay. Yep, so there's acidic and there's basic, and we typically kind of like it somewhere in the middle, maybe a little bit more acidic, and so it's a very basic property. And so when you're ingesting something like that, it can kind of offset any pH level that our bodies naturally like to be at. And
so go ahead.
Oh, and so because of that, the next one, if you want to move on, they add dipotassium phosphate in order to offset the pH level to it. But it does add some nutrients, a little bit of phosphorus, a little bit of potassium. But they still have to add it in order to kind of buffer the supplement. Okay.
So to summarize, they add the tripotassium phosphate to make it milk-like, and then they have to add the dipotassium phosphate to balance the pH in it, or balance the acid balance in it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the next one was one of the chemicals that I found in one of them that I had to practice pronouncing. So we wanted you to talk about that one too.
Yes, so this one's hexametaphosphate. Kind of big there. But it's another thickener, emulsifier, and texturizer for these beverages or these protein supplements. And another thing that they do is it kind of helps prevent mineral cohesion. So like in calcium, magnesium, things like that, it prevents them from going bad. So it's just another preservative that they have to add in order to make sure that it's shelf stable.
Well, and so for just a second, talk about what emulsifier would be. What's the purpose of that?
It's kind of to like mix the ingredients, make sure that it mixes, it flows, things like that, kind of to balance it out. So that way, it like I said with the whole texturizer, it's to make sure that it's smooth and it's not separated, or the chemicals aren't unseparated and things like that.
Let me mention something. So the product that we saw that had the hexametaphosphate, that was a product that had a whole lot of minerals and vitamins added to it. So it had minerals added to it, so it required something else added to it so that those minerals didn't break down.
Right.
Wow. This stuff is complicated.
They just have to keep adding
stuff to make it. Yeah. Guess what else you can get minerals from? Like food and milk and things like that too. And then we wanted to talk about one last one because Chris found out some really interesting stuff on this one as well. And I wanted you to share a little bit about this one.
All right. I'm not very good at pronouncing this one. CARAGEENAN. But it's a thicker emulsifier as well, so they're going to add it to things like that. It's to help preserve, but it's actually kind of a natural ingredient. It comes from red seaweed, I believe out of Ireland area. They call it a different, there's another name for it, Irish weed or something like that. But yeah, it's a natural red seaweed product, but they found that they can add that and kind of help preserve some of our foods with that ingredient.
Okay, so some of the additives, they're sort of made in a science lab somewhere, but some of the stuff that's added is natural. Wow, it's complicated, isn't it?
It is. It's very complicated.
It's not complicated. Broccoli and milk and things like that. So the message always goes back to whole food. That's the way you can keep your risk for chronic disease down. Your weight is going to be better, and you're going to be much more nourished. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We had a great time discussing that. Have a great day.